Boom, it's David again, Monarch Motivation. We're going to make another video right now. It's going to be about doubt and how it can kill many things throughout the spectrum of life. There's the love and doubt with that, friendship, doubt with that, doubt with yourself, self-confidence. It's all keys, things you need to know before you head into that battle with doubt. Low key, we have a bunch of quotes today. I'm going to try something new, looking at quotes and expounding, because there's hella good quotes out there. But the reason I didn't make a video on Friday, which would be like a week from my last video, is because we got the internet going out, and it's a real bummer. First world problems. So you're gonna either strive forward or you're gonna get held back. I got held back a little bit because I need internet. I realize that. So one of the quotes that I'm gonna go upon to start it off is that doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Because doubt makes us really question life, and it makes us question things like, how are we going to get through? Are we going to really be able to achieve what we set our minds to? Even the simplest of like a hate comment, like you are trash, no one likes you. It's like, really? Let's think about it. I've questioned it many times on many occasions, and it's like, okay, I gotta get past that, because I'm not failing right now because of them. I'm failing because of my own choices, and I can get past this failure and keep going if I can shove that doubt a little bit further back. It doesn't make sense for us to think about life and say, I'm down because of someone else, when we can just keep striving forward through ourselves. And doubt really creates this like gap and divide between ourself and the world, and the world sets these standards of, if you can't meet expectations, you're gonna fail, and that creates doubt. Like, am I gonna really be able to hit that goal? Am I gonna really be able to meet people's expectations? I mean, one player, college football, was like, people have high expectations for me, but the only expectations I try to hit are my own, because I know myself and I know my goals. So let's strive to do that. The next quote is, you can, ooh, we messed up on that one. Boom. We're gonna go on love. Doubt with love, because that's a real serious thing these days. We got hoes out here, we got unloyal men, we got everybody, we got childish people, petty. Love is weakest when there is more doubt than trust, but love is strongest when we learn to trust in spite the doubts. There's a point where you gotta separate yourself from like people, because trust is number one. Gotta have that trust. But like, if somebody's playing too many games and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can trust you because of this and that, but that's doubting. Some people are high up on the game and know themselves good enough to know whether to be able to trust in that person, your spouse, your partner, your best friend, the girl you're in love with, the guy you're in love with. I mean, it's all simple, but when you start having this factor of doubt in life with your like relationships, it really creates this like wall that's like, is it real, or is this person doing that or doing this? Are they keeping up with the words that they said they were going to keep up with, or are they keeping up with what they want to do and putting you behind back there? Like, one of my past relationships with somebody, there was like, I tried to put no like doubt, because I had so much trust for this person and so much went into it, but they were playing games, and I don't know, you're supposed to have this trust for somebody, but you gotta separate it sometimes when you lose complete trust, and don't let doubt get into you like, oh, she got to be good, she got to be the one there's no way she couldn't be. I went through so much, and I went through hell and back for her, done this, done that. But we know that life's not always great, and life is super hard when the person you think is the most important is not. You're not the most important to them. Yeah, it's things, but with doubt we only go further down, and we don't want to keep going further down. If it's time to break off from that person because we lost that trust and now we're creating doubt, we need to just keep striving forward and say, this is the best for me. Not just for the whole situation, but the best for me. We gotta look out for ourselves because we're number one. That's the key. If you're going to doubt something, doubt your limits, because limits are the next thing we're about to talk about. Limits are only set by yourself and only achieved by yourself. We set these limits of going this far, like with school. The limits are your grades. You got to get these certain grades, but it's really determined how much effort and work you put into those limits. You could have somebody that's not super smart go super far in life, and then somebody that's a genius not go far enough because they set these limits for themselves. If you're used to getting C's, strive for the A's. I know it's hard, and you gotta put that doubt that you can't do it and push the doubt about how far you know you're gonna make it, because that's how you succeed in life. I don't know, like the limits, like if you're trying to achieve something athletical, if you're trying to jump higher, you can only set your limit, like your limits to jump and touch a rim or reach this speed or run that far. But what's it called? Sorry for this pause. We know we got a lot of work to do with these pauses, but if you're going to doubt something, doubt your limits. Key right there, because if you only doubt what you can do to prove that you can do it, then you go further in life. Those are really the goals, to strive and go forward. I mean, we live in this world where our expectations are a little bit higher than we achieve, and at some point you gotta step back and like say, I will create my expectations, I will create my limits, I will create how far I go or how slow or how far back I will stay. Don't let anybody say, oh, you gotta do this and you gotta achieve this and that. Achieve it for yourself and only keep it for yourself, because that's the main goal. Excuse me. So at the end of the day, we gotta create doubt that's meaningful and not doubt that's only gonna set us back. Because sorry, I had to readjust, but because that was bad. We're getting these pauses out here, but at the end of the day, like I said, you gotta set the doubts that is meaningful, like for your limits, but not the doubts that hold you back, because we gotta strive and prove people wrong. Like that is what life has been about for me the past couple of years. It's been me really finding myself and saying, I'm not gonna let this doubt that other people have made me feel and like put myself into that place and position, but I'm gonna doubt nothing and only strive forward and prove every single last person wrong. Because we number one. This is the end of the video. I know it was a little bit extra long. We had some bad pauses, but we're working on that. We are going to strive every time. Next video will be up within like a week. We're going to see what we're going to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about trust or talents, or there's a lot of things. But this is now, and this is the end. So peace.